It's like Harper always says. You gotta switch it up on a bitch.
Oh my god. Boys and girls, the iCarly reunion reboot show has officially dropped on Paramount Plus, and your boy just finished watching the first 3 episodes available to watch, and I'm here today, dick in one hand, switchblades in the other, to tell you guys that the new show is amazing, it's 100% worth your American dollars. So before we start, there might be some spoilers. And I also might turn into a very excited, giddy 13-year-old schoolgirl with crabs because this show was my childhood. So be prepared to face the sweatiness that is my iCarly review. And no, I don't have crabs. Can we get 7 or more likes on this video, guys? Thank you. So in the first 3 episodes, we get a glimpse at the wonderful and wealthy Spencer Shay, the depressed and lonely Freddie Benson, and the pretty and exquisite Carly Shay, along with the new cast members including the sassy Millicent and the popular stylish Harper. So how did Spencer become so wealthy? Well, to answer your question, you silly individual, Spencer is super rich because he made a White House sculpture out of marshmallows and half of it melted because Spencer has the ability to bend fire, and for some reason, because of that melting sculpture, he now has millions of dongs. I think that the backstory to Spencer's wealth is pretty decent. I was expecting him to just invest money into Bitcoin, but I do like the callback to the gag in the original show where Spencer would just set things on fire randomly. So technically his phone caught the sculpture on fire, but does your phone just randomly burst into flames? No, it doesn't. But Spencer's does, because he has the ability to bend fire. You know, the more I think about it, the more I understand how that sculpture made Spencer so wealthy. I mean, the White House made out of marshmallows and half of it melting, it's like a metaphor for our democracy slowly vanishing. Let's talk about Carly's return. Carly is back from Italy after spending some time there hosting Italian QVC, and she is back in Seattle having boy issues, but is also bringing back her web show, and she still got it. Let me tell you, she still has it. So iCarly isn't back in the form of the original website like in the original show, but rather it's a channel on another application, probably similar to YouTube. I think in the show the website is Instagram or InstaLive or something like that, I really don't know. Freddie Benson. Freddie is divorced twice, has a stepdaughter named Millicent who doesn't respect his authority, and he lives with his mother again, which is just awful. I'm hoping in this new series Freddie at least gets a redemption arc or something, because right now he's just sucking at life. Millicent, Freddie's daughter, is sassy, doesn't respect her father's authority, doesn't even call him dad, and honestly, she's like Sam but more toned down, non-violent, and again, sassy. Harper, Carly's roommate, is a stylish person and is very, very, very thick. She was once rich and wealthy until something happened in her family which led her to be broke, to get a job at Skybucks, which is just the equivalent of Starbucks, and now she has a dream of being a fashion stylist. One episode, she's dressed as a furry, and she's trying to hook up with this girl in her apartment, and it isn't working out too well. I thought that whole gag was really funny, to be honest. So for those wondering what happened to Sam, she joined a biker gang. That's where she is. Obviously, Jeanette McCurdy is done acting, but the cast has left the door open for her if she ever wants to reprise her role as Sam. And to be honest with all of you, I feel like eventually Jeanette will reprise her role as Sam, maybe for an episode or 2 in the future. Like, I could totally see that happening. Now, Gibby, on the other hand, Gibby is nowhere to be found. They didn't even mention his existence in the first 3 episodes of the show, which has me a little bit concerned. So Gibby, in real life Noah, has a YouTube channel called Sad World, where he makes these trippy videos featuring his own EDM music, which is, it's honestly pretty catchy music if I do say so myself. It's pretty entertaining. I highly recommend checking it out, but Noah did make a response video to his character not being a part of the reboot. I mean, just take a look at this.
Hey, let me tell you, I have an addiction to walking around with my balls out.
There's also no mention of Tebow, which sucks because he was so close to getting his own credit in the opening of the original show. Nora Dershlit, the creepy stalker from the original show, made her appearance in episode 2. Where she literally breaks into Carly's apartment at the end of the episode. I think Nora returning is supposed to be a metaphor for stan culture. Yeah, just a life lesson to all of you out there. Stop being stans. It's fucking creepy. It's weird. You can literally not make stan a positive thing. It's stalkish. You need to stop. And of course, there will be more characters on the way in future episodes. Now, the vibe of the show is a tad different from the original, but it's still amazing. Even the opening is catchy and thrilling. Like, the original theme song is still the opening of the show, but I mean, the intro is just smooth and sleek. This isn't a kid's show anymore by any means. I really give props to the writers and everyone on the show for catering to the longtime fans who grew up with the original show. Like me, I was 8 years old when the show premiered, and now I'm 21. I would hate to see an iCarly continuation where it just caters to kids. So the fact that we got Carly and everyone swearing is just amazing. Also, literally in the first 10 seconds of the show, you see Spencer's ass. I'm just waiting for Spencer to drop the F-bomb at this point. I think Carly has cursed more in the first 3 episodes than anyone else so far. But yeah, that's my whole take on the show. That's some fun facts I wanted to talk about. Yes, it's not the same without Sam or Gibby or Tebow. Or Sam. I know a lot of people on the internet are very annoyed that Jeanette isn't reprising her role as Sam for the reunion, reboot, whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't mean that your childhood is ruined. That doesn't mean that the show is automatically bad. If you haven't seen the show and you're calling it a piece of shit, you have no right to have an opinion. If you gave the first 3 episodes a chance and you just didn't like it, that's fine. Then you're entitled to an opinion. But if you didn't even give the show a chance, you shouldn't even be allowed to speak. Fucking mole rats. I hate Twitter, I swear. In my personal opinion, the first 3 episodes are great. I highly recommend it if you're a longtime fan of the series. The episodes are up on Paramount Plus. Go give it a watch. I think it's a great sequel show to an already fantastic series, and I really hope that the next few episodes of season 1 are fantastic as well. And I really hope that this show gets more seasons, because honestly, it just deserves it. Anyway, that's my crappy opinion on the iCarly reunion, reboot, whatever you want to call it. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. Let's go for 7 or more likes. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, follow me on all of my social links, and join my Discord server. Links are in the description below. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, Gibby will always be in our hearts.